Saying that, so obviously what we normally do in a podcast, and you probably seen it, our little freestyles that we're doing. Obviously, ours are just usually like taking a piss in it, like we're not rapping.
Obviously, we actually have a rapper.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's the only rapper that he takes center stage, bro.
Who's the hardest out of you two though?
Bro, listen, I'm not even a rapper.
Let the comments aside, innit? You know what I'm saying? But the other guy usually here, he actually makes music, like proper music. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? But we just do it for fun. But obviously, whenever we've got a proper rapper on, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta get some real bars in there.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Jordan. I've seen Jordan's freestyle that he did.
Cold.
You know what I'm saying? He literally, you know, the maddest thing is he didn't even like pick a beat or nothing. He was just like, yo, give me a beat, bro. And he just spazzed off, bro.
He bodied it still. I can't lie.
Off still.
We put up to even he's gaff and. He's just Rhino just puts the beats on flicks. He goes, yep, no, yeah, that one, boom, beat in there, boom, bam. I'm looking at him like, yo,
he's got bars for days, innit?
But yeah, he's cold, innit?
Nah, he's cold. Anyway, let's see what's going on, man. Let's get it,
man. Yo, Ross the boss. We drop some knowledge on the next generation, man.
Okay. You just get your notepads and pens out, man.
Yeah,
take some notes,
some lessons and blessings, man. Younger say the war already. Nah, Mike Wizard on the beat, look. Youngers say the war with it, never been battle tested. OG's floss too much and get themselves finesse quick. Don't think he's your YG just cause you fed him. He don't owe you nothing, he's most certainly not your brethren. He remembers as a youth, you tried to dome and disrespect him. Now as a teenager and he's ready to the step in. Fed up stashing your guns, he bought his own new weapons. Now you're in your 40s feeling old and feeling friend. What's his life like? What's he noticing? What's he grown around? What you showing him? He's intelligent, he grew around you older men. Wise beyond his years, never thought he'd go to pen. Sees you smoke, drink, thinks you falling off hard. Sees you stacked though, no credit cards. King of the council estate, to own your own yard. 40 years of age and still driving a Golf 5. Finance then you misses his name. One big facade, washing up bricks to the cane. In his sister's yard, never gonna see the light. Back in so much dark, this is what his nephew see. It's where the cycle starts, never let another man claim to be your elder. Be a boss, I string a bell or legit. Idris Elba, never let another man claim to be your elder. Be a boss, I string a bell or legit. Idris Elba, now let's take a second to think. Let that resonate, the OG I was talking about could have been me, mate. The YG was talking about, yeah, that was me, mate. The 4 years I did in that cell, helped me see straight, literally. Jordan said don't ever send a young boy to do a man's job, and that's something that really sticks with me. I raise my nephews like my sons and every day I teach them. I teach them financial literacy, and when my mom died, I blew about $500,000 on a 5-year bender. I was going ill, looking after everybody else and not myself. I wasn't paying attention to my mental health. Fed up, frustrated, bitter and angry, overweight in that mirror. Even I couldn't stand me now. Look at all the mates I lost, and look at all the weight I lost. I went to jail as OV, came home as Ross the boss, fucking with Ross McGuire. That shots fired. I'm the boss now, my posse retired. That shots fired. Yeah, man, I can say I'm a liar. That shots fired, like I'm Avon Barksdale from the wire. That shots fired, fucking with Ross McGuire. That shots fired. I'm the boss now, my posse retired. That shots fired. Hey, a man that can say I'm a liar. That shots fired, like I'm Avon Barksdale from the wire. That shots fired. The boss.
Boss,
That's for the youngest, man. But whatever let another man claim to be your elder, man.
Now you're dropping gems in there still.
I dropped a few gems in there. Let a young man do a man's job. He says don't let a boy do a man's job.
Yeah.
Can't lie, bars. You drop bars in there still, flipping.
Yeah, man.
So what is that? Is that? Would you say like you prefer like just like a freestyle kind of thing, or do you like making like songs, like actual tracks?
I like to make songs, but obviously I'm just still learning how to do this, innit? I mean, obviously I could rap back in the day, innit? Like my daughter was saying, I could rap when I was younger, but rap wasn't in then. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was MCing and all that, so I could always rap. I made some songs with my cousin Dr. G, tried to put something together then. Do you know what I mean? But no one was taking man serious, innit? Like I was just someone that could rap, and man was just doing all the garage thing, but I never even attempted the MC thing. It wasn't for me, do you know what I mean? So it's something that's always been in me. But then obviously I had a daughter young. I went to City College, I did get into music, and then obviously I had to drop out because I had my daughter. And then I just started hitting the streets, bro, and I thought this is time to get paid. I was making rap money back then anyway, do you know?
Was it?
Yeah, because back in the day, it was different, innit? Not if you had money back in the day, then not everyone had money. Do you know what I mean? I was one of the first people to start making proper paper on my estate. Anyway, facts. Yeah, but no one even really knew that. But fuck it, you know now, innit? I was stacking from young me.
So when you started making money, you said you were the only people in your estates making money. Like, what did that come?
Not the one.
Yeah, you know.
But the elders were
I
making
know
dough.
you
But
mean
I was for my age.
Yeah, for your age, you're doing your thing. I was gonna say, did that come with like a lot of like hate and jealousy and evil eye and that?
Nah, because no one even really knew. But yeah, towards the end, once it started getting a bit hot enough, obviously, because I had fucking guys fucking pedal biking it. I brought a whole team down from all different areas and just started absolutely just. Man was orchestrating it. You know what I mean? Allegedly.
Allegedly, of course, allegedly. It's all entertainment. It's just a podcast. It's not real life. It's all entertainment.
Yeah. Only entertainment, man.
GTA.
Yeah, you know the one. Innit? I like to play games, innit? It's only entertainment, man, innit? But yeah, man, just don't ever let another man claim to be an elder, innit? Not unless he's dropping them real gems on you, man. And he's actually been through it and he's trying to teach you something positive. Me and Captain was having this conversation before about obviously it's all good doing this gangster rap thing and that. Obviously everyone thinks it's cool and art, but bro, when you go to jail, bro, it's not cool, bro. I mean, it's not. It's actually not, bro. And it's not just you that rides the sentence, it's like your family, bro. You know what I mean? And your whole family have to ride it with you, you know what I mean? Like, trust me, man. Like, all these kids, I know kids that are doing 21, 22 years. Like, fucking, I've got lyrics saying, I won't even say the kid's name and that, but obviously, I said he got a 21 and he's not even 21, do you know what I mean? Fucking, my other friend got a 22 and he's only in his 20s still, do you know what I mean? Man, I really felt for him because someone's mum's been killed. Now he's serving half his life for that. Too many victims from one knife attack, do you know what I mean? And I'm saying, I don't know who's worse or rough. The mum of the son who's just been murdered, or the mum of the son who's just become the murderer. All I know is everybody's really hurting now. And while she's serving that time for that crime that you did, just know your mum is serving that sentence with you while a kid. I'm just thinking out loud and speaking from experiences. So obviously, I'm just trying to change the narrative a little bit now. Like, there's more of a message to this thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's all good seeing man fly, looking flossy and all that. But bro, man, I lost a lot, bro. Lost a lot of people. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of my family members, a lot of close friends to this shit. Major years, major life-changing years. You know what I mean? And obviously, I know a lot of people have died in this shit. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, just.
When you say like you lost a lot of people, like, at what age would you say you start having to like start dealing with like death and these kind of things?
Probably from my teenage years onwards, innit? I lost my mum pretty young as well.
Oh really? Sorry to hear
My mum
that.
passed away young. That was the biggest death that I've had to deal with.
No, of course.
When I was in jail, my aunt there, she committed suicide as well. That was heartbreaking. That was my mum's sister. She committed suicide. Also, Mr. P, one of my closest friends. An older guy to me, was my taxi driver originally, very close to him. I used to always go to his house. He used to give me, like, you know, drop gems on me, like what I'm saying, like an older man, you know, he's been around the block a few times, but he's a taxi driver now. Unfortunately, he was drinking heavily, and I was very close with him. And then when I went down, I spoke to him in jail just before I went down the block. And when I went down the actual block, he died, do you know what I mean? And fucking, obviously, and it was COVID times, no one could even really go to his funeral, and I sent one or two of my people to the funeral to be, you know, represent me kind of thing. But yeah, man, I'm close with his son, man. I won't say his son's name, but yeah, man, I lost Mr. P, my aunt, my cousin, she died in mysterious circumstances. I don't know whether it's something to do with what a boyfriend did to her or whatever. I can't really comment on that, but my cousin, she passed. A few people, man, I've experienced.
That's a lot more, because that's a lot. Even from when you mentioned your mum, that's still more than most people are going through. Obviously, everyone's got their own pain, then there's certain people that's like they've gone through like more than the average person. So like, how would you say like the situation with your mum kind of affected you growing up?
Oh, bro.
What do you think that changed? How do you think that changed, like how you ended up as well?
Yeah, definitely. I lost my rock, didn't I? Do you know
Of course.
I lost my rock, and my dad and my mum was together for 25 years. You know what I mean? They wasn't together when she passed away because she started to become an alcoholic and stuff. That's where she passed away from alcohol. And but yeah, so I was living with my dad, and then I went and moved back with my mum, and then obviously I've gone out into the world, done my own thing, and moved around, whatever. And then unfortunately, my mum passed away, and that obviously. Fucking, I just remember coming up the stairs, bro, and seeing her body on that landing, bro, and the police wouldn't even let me hug her or touch her. My little nephew found her on the, my little nephew, I won't say his name, he was only 8 at the time, but I know that scarred him because of the way he is now, do you know what I'm saying? My nephew's a soldier, man. Fucking, he come out and he found my mum's body at the side of the bus. She's obviously being sick, body's closed down, she passed away. He was only 8, so And then obviously I've got the phone call, and I've come there. I've seen my mum. Then I've had to go and see my sister. I had to go and see my little sister, and I've knocked on the door, and she just looked at me and my dad and said, "Listen, it's mum," and she just burst into. She just must have knew in it. She slid down the door. She's crying. I've got to pick her up, but I still not cried. Do you know what I mean? I didn't cry for days in it. It didn't hit me. Do you know what I mean? It didn't even really.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know in it. Like I'm an emotional person now, but when I was younger, I wasn't so emotional. Do you know what I mean? But now having children and having daughters and experience, and I allow myself to feel more now. Innit?
Of course,
because you feel like if you show emotion, it's weakness, but it's not, man. Sometimes it's strength. Do you know what I mean?
When that happened, like, I feel like a lot of people, when they go through like a death, they don't know whether to kind of change their life for the better or kind of keep going down the same route.
Obviously, there's two different types of people. Some people use that as be like, fuck this. Life ain't been fair to me, so I'm just gonna go and do whatever.
To be honest, that's the effect it had on
exactly.
me.
And there's another kind of person that will.
When I started drinking and that, I never even used to drink, but then when my mum died, I started drinking. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously I had a bit of a problem with it. I have had a problem with alcohol before. I'm still battling it now. Do you know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? I've got obviously on my mum's side of the family, they are alcoholics. They've all literally passed away from alcohol. So, but like my dad always says, son, you've got my blood in you. Do you know what I mean? So you've got half a chance. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I do believe it. Some people might argue it's not hereditary or it's not. You know what I mean? But when you grow up around alcohol and that, it's the norm, like for the family to be drinking around us and that. Like when I got with my missus at my ex fiance, like the way her family are, they don't drink around the kids and all that. Whereas us, it was the norm. Do you know what I mean? So it's down to what you believe is normal, similar to what you were saying before about do I believe it was bad in them times and that, but it's just the norm, innit? It's just what you grow up in. So yeah, man.
Are you gonna come back in?
Yeah, you can jump in. Yeah.
Oh, we got some special guest.
Like, I didn't even know that about you, man. So I didn't know that about you. But obviously, you mentioned that you grew up looking up to your dad. So, like, would you say like the situation happening to your mum kind of strengthened the bond of you and your dad? Like, made you lot way closer?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Because, 1,000,000%.
And was your dad like? Was he? Obviously, you mentioned you said 3 pops at the start. So was he in and out of jail when you was growing up?
No. He's never been in prison before. My pops is a very smart.
Oh, okay then.
People might say he's not smart because he's in jail now, but obviously, you know, he went to what you call it. He went to prison with me, and then obviously he got ill. He's got a bad heart, my dad. You see, he got moved to the Catty unit. We got separated from Forest Bank. He got took to the Catty unit. We both got blocked off. And they was going to take us both, but obviously they only took him and kept me there. They separated us, and they carried off the rest of my team. Do you know what I mean? And sent them all around the country and left me in the bank because I got my charge dropped down to a lower role. Do you see what I'm saying? From the importation to the conspiracies to supply Class A. So my charge got dropped down because I fought the case. Not enough evidence. And and I didn't do it as well. Not to
Of course.
And then obviously that got dropped down. So I'd already done a few years by this point. So my sentencing, there wasn't going to be much more years to do. Do you know what I mean? It won't warrant going to Belmarsh, for instance. You know what I mean? So my dad got carted off. I remember him coming to get us the security. I was on my bed actually. They said cleaners bang up behind your door. And obviously when they say that random, I was a cleaner as well at the time, thinking something's not right in it. Do you know what I mean? And then my dad went to work that morning in the prison. And then, but they locked our door actually the day before. They locked our door the day before and said they couldn't let us out because of intel. We had an Osmond warning on our lives, which is like a threat to kill on your life. But would have been someone talking shit on the ankle. How many times you said you're going to kill someone, you're not going to kill them, do you know what I mean? No one was going to kill us, man. No one ain't going to do that, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's got no reason to.
Of course. So, like, what was that actually? Go in jail with your dad? I've never heard. I don't know if I've ever heard that before. Like, what was that? How was that?
It was bad, but it was. I'm not going to say it was good at the same time. It was good for both of us, innit? Because
better situation.
That's not a bad situation, obviously. Strengthened us, innit? Like, we was already close anyway, me and my dad, innit?
How do you think like he felt like being in jail with his son now?
Don't know, because it was his first time in prison, isn't it? So,
that's what I'm saying. Imagine your first time in prison being with your son.
You know what it is
that's
about
crazy.
my pops, yeah? He's a fucking bad man, you know. He just adapts and survives through every situation, you know what I mean? Like, he's resilient, man. Like, he's been through so much in his life, like, nothing phases him, do you know what I mean? He always sees the positive in everything and tries to see the positive in everyone, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course.
So obviously, he's a very likable man. A lot of people got a lot of love and respect for him, do you know what I mean? He's helped a lot of people out, mentored a lot of people, do you know what I mean? In a positive way, though, do you know what I mean? Nothing like, come and work for us type of thing. He's not that way inclined, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, man, my dad is a very, very...
You know what it is? Because usually, yeah, like, obviously, like, you said you grew up looking up to your dad, obviously. Like, more time, like, if, like, when that guy's living a certain life, yeah, they always try to keep their kids, like, away from that, from what's going on.
He did. I never knew what he'd done for me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So with you, yeah, like, when you started, you mentioned when you were 16, that's when you started hustling. Did you try to, like, hide that from him?
Yeah, I tried to hide that from him, yeah.
Yeah, and like, how did he find out? Like, what was it like when he found out?
Probably for the stench of weed coming out my bedroom, because you know you're 16, you're sleeping with all your food in it. You're not thinking about stash gaffs and all that. You don't think that far ahead in it.
So what was it like when he found out?
He was pissed off because he was working at the time. Do you know what I mean? He was working. You know what I mean? He was actually working at that time, but then he had a heart attack, and then he couldn't work anymore. So now I'm saying, look, I progressed into the coke game by this point, and I'm saying, listen, Pots, right, this is what I'm on. You're old. You're an OG. You're connected. I know you've got the links, you get me? Like, let's get it cracking, man. I've got the streets, you got up there. Let's pull this shit together, man.
And you just said say nothing.
That's what we did, bro. We didn't look back.
So what was it like in jail though? Like, not aside from like being with your dad, like in general, what was it like?
What was it?
It was
tough. Was it easy?
Man.
Was it?
Nah, I wouldn't say it was easy, but I say it was the best thing that could have happened for me at that time, because I was in a bad place before I went there mentally, and I was drinking a lot, and you know, I was getting on it and that. Do you know what I mean? I was in a bad place, man. Even being completely honest, my relationships with my daughters wasn't as good as it could have been. My fiance at the time, he was already breaking down our relationship. Like, I wasn't happy, man. I was miserable in it. You can have all the money in the world and have all the nicest clothes and that, but inside, bro, you're dying, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's like the laughing clown in it. Do you know what I mean? You're laughing and smiling, but inside you're dying, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I felt like. So when I went to prison, it gave me an opportunity to straighten my head out. Started training. I was overweight. I lost 5 stone. I was training. I went in, I met some good people. I knew a lot of people in there anyway. Yeah, and I just got stuck in, bro. Do you know what I mean? I just adapted again. And some people just choose to... You can either choose to survive in jail or you can choose to thrive in jail. And I chose to thrive, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's just what I did, innit? And that's literally what I did. And same with my dad. He just adapted. And we got stuck in, do you know what I mean?
What was I gonna say again? Obviously, I feel like jail's a weird one, though. But obviously, when people know you already, like when you already have a name, it's kind of bubbling. It either goes 2 ways. Like there's people that might like try and clout chase and try and try you, and also you get people that just try and like just lick your ass basically because of who you are.
To be fair, everyone was supportive of my music journey in the first couple of jails, but yeah, when I got into my later sentence and it started to really like pop off with the Yester Boys and on remand and that, then people started trying to like test me and see whether I'm really on this thing, and you get that. And I've heard it from a few other rappers. I won't say any names in that, but I know a few rappers that have been in jail and they've told me themselves that a man tried to test them, because you know when you're talking the hardest in your raps and that, you need to be able to back your chat.
So like when you say they try to test you, like what do you mean by that?
I don't know, like people just you know what it's like, male egos and that. You can sense the way someone's approaching you, or the way they're asserting the dominance on you and this, that, and the other. I mean, I'm a non-confrontational person, me, bro. Do you know what I mean? I don't really like getting into all that argument shit in it, but catch you on the flip side, innit? I mean, I'm good out here, innit? You can do whatever you want to do, innit? If you want to go there, we can go there, innit? You know the one, innit? But yeah, it's just I don't do all that politicking. But yeah, with the rapping and that, I was starting to sense some people was happy, some people laughed at it, some people was laughing at it like it wasn't gonna work. But I was speaking to JK actually, you know, from Birmingham the other day, because I was even I was feeling like giving it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Oh, really? And then JK hit me up and he's made a little video playing my song, fucking about, sending me on WhatsApp. And then I said, you know what, bro, that's just actually made me smile, bro. That man's in a bad mood today, you know what I mean? I'm looking to fuck this shit off. He's like, bro, don't be stupid, blood. He's like, fucking, I was a Cockney accent. Yo, bro, don't be stupid. I can't even do the bro accent.
Don't be stupid, blood.
Yeah, that's it. There's a JK accent. But he was like, bro, he's like, you see the man that are doubting you in the first place, yeah? They're the ones that claim that they were believing in you the most in the beginning. When you see them, when you actually do start to blow up, do you know what I mean? And I thought that was good sound advice from JK. Big shout out to JK, man.
No, 100%.
Camera is there, man.
So what would you say is like the highlight of your career so far? Like this is like the best moment that kind of gave you like a lot of
your music career, by the way.
Yeah,
music career. Highlight on not the other career. Yeah, the best highlight, probably seeing the fact that my daughters are seeing like we're getting sent calls and all that stuff now. Like my daughters are getting calls. Like that's a highlight to me, because now they're my biggest fans. They know it's working. My little twins, obviously my older daughter, even just coming here now today. First thing she's actually been really involved within that. Do you know what I mean? I was supposed to do my show this year before December, but I think I'm gonna push it back to January now. Get myself in the gym, get fit again, get physical, get ready to really perform. Do you know what I mean? But the highlight of it, probably the Hood Artist, bro, because I come out and it blew up, and then I always wanted to work with Jordan, and I've done that now. That was something that I had in my head. I even said it in the what's it called, the track that me and you done, man, Home Sweet Home. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking. Like I manifested this shit from the bottom bunk in jail, bro. Do you know what I mean? And now everything I said I was gonna do, I've done. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not fought past this point yet, so now I need to take it to the next level.
Man,
do you know
definitely. Obviously, you mentioned your daughters a lot. So how many kids you got now?
4 daughters, man.
Four
daughters?
Oh wow,
daughters, bro.
That's a blessing, though.
Oh, the best blessing in the world.
You
man.
said you was 16 when you had your first daughter.
16, just turning 17 when she's born.
That's
Yeah.
mad young. But I was at the time when you found out you was having a kid at that age.
It was scary because I didn't know at first. My mum was 6 months pregnant when I found out. And
Is it?
Obviously, yeah.
She took her time still.
6
I had 3 months left to prepare. Yeah. I had 3 months
So
left.
you found out you had 3 months left to get ready.
To pattern up, just.
That's,
you know,
why,
is
that's
crazy.
exactly
Crazy.
why I patterned you know what I mean? I patterned up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 3 months,
Bro,
right?
it wasn't even about me anymore. It was about my daughter. She's here now, man.
Yeah.
I love you, baby girl. It's gonna embarrass you, though, isn't it?
Obviously, I got a little cousin that was born in 2012, and I remember exactly like when he was a baby, and now he's like you said, he's 12, bro. So what's it like seeing like your own daughters growing up, bro? Like,
That's
that
what I
must
mean,
be the
bro.
craziest feeling ever.
Well, obviously, there was 8, wasn't there, when I went to prison, and obviously now they're 12. Now I've come home. Obviously, I've experienced this birthday with them now, and my first parents' evening went to that. Massive. I loved that. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't wait to do that. I missed my daughter's prom, my oldest daughter's prom. Gutted about that, but I'll catch. Fingers prom. I won't say her name on the podcast, innit? I'll catch her prom now, won't I?
Yeah.
And obviously a sweet 16. I managed to sort that out for her. She went to a spa and all that. So I promised I'd do something. I did obviously. I was gonna throw a big sweet 16 party when she went to go to a spa. She's getting older now. But yeah, man. My daughter's in my world, man.
What's it like at this stage, innit? Because obviously I ain't got kids in it, but there's obviously different stages of being a parent. Like when they're super young, it's like the precious, innit? It's like the fragile.
You have to be there 2-4-7.
You know what I'm saying? But then obviously when they get older, they get a bit more responsible. They want to do their own thing and whatnot. You feel like that they're at that, or some of them are at that age where it's like they kind of like they don't listen to dad anymore, and they want to do their own.
Well, this is kind of the stage you're getting to, you know. But you know, she's a strong independent woman. She does her own thing. She works. She doesn't rely on me. So, you know, she's free the nest now, isn't she? But I'm always there to support her. But as having her as a young parent myself, I was basically a kid with a kid, wasn't I?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And and a cousin that's here now, who's my sister's son. We had them both at the same time, near enough, within a year apart. So obviously my sister had a son and young, and I have had a daughter young. It's a bit like, you know, but we just pulled together and got through. Do you know what I mean? And I've got sisters and that as well, innit? So man's got 3 sisters and that. So.
Yeah, nah, it must be mad. Obviously, like I said, they're all grown now, innit? So now he's like, obviously you're still their dad no matter what, but you kind of let them go a little bit into the scary world, but it must be kind of scary.
For a few years, because I always had my daughters around me at all times. You know what I mean? As much as I could, considering what I was doing for a living, I had to keep the 2 worlds apart, didn't I? Do you know what I mean? When I come through that door, I was dad, I was Ross. When I'm out there, I'm somebody else. You know what I mean? But like having them now together, like we put up the Christmas tree and all that, it's different, man. It's a bit of a time warp for me, but it's you know, they're older now. But because it used to me not being there so much because I've been away and they could only see me once every couple of weeks or once a month. Now it's giving me the opportunity to actually do this rap thing because my daughter's self-sufficient. My middle daughter, her mum looks after her. She got a great mum. Do you know what I mean? Big shout out to her. And obviously my twins are well maintained, well taken care of now. So they're not necessarily relying on me anymore. Do you know what I mean? So this gives me my window now to really concentrate.
Follow your
on
passion.
music thing.
Follow your passion. Yeah, it's good. So obviously, like going jail is shit no matter what. But when you go in jail with kids, always makes it that bit harder. So I'm guessing that must have been that was on your mind, that 2-4-7.
Yeah, that was.
Did they ever come see you on visits and that?
Yeah. But I didn't get to see them for the first 9 months because of COVID. So I only got to have one visitor. I seen my fiance at the time first. Then the following month I was allowed to see another one. Then the following month you could have 3 visitors, so it'd be her and then the twins. And then after that I got to see my eldest daughter. And after that my other daughter. And just kind of worked like that. And then obviously I got to see them as much as I could. But then you go through stages where you don't really want to see your family because it's just there's times where
the situation you're in, innit? Yeah. Them ones.
It's all about your mind. You got to be kind to your mind. Sometimes if your brain can start to play tricks on you. And
for sure.
So I've got a question in it, because obviously you got daughters. You don't really have any sons. You don't have any sons.
No sons, no.
Obviously, you know what it's like being like
Watch
a young
girl come out the woodwork. Yo, remember me from 5 years ago.
Let's not even manifest it.
Yeah.
I was with my fiance then. Remember me from 15 years ago.
But what I was gonna ask is, obviously, you know what it's like growing up in like certain areas and being like a young guy in it, like not necessarily a girl, but being a young guy. Do you ever think like if you had a son, like how you would raise him differently to how you were like raised, or would you like keep him away from certain people, certain areas?
Even how would you keep him away from that life?
You know, God's honest truth, bro. I wouldn't, because obviously, like my eldest daughter here now, like I'll just say it as it is. I'm just gonna be honest, like, you know, she's seen a lot because I was only. There's no manual to being a parent, did you know what I mean? You have to kind of learn on the job. She's seen a little bit more than she ever should, but she's the smartest and the toughest out of all my daughters. My middle daughter, she's been wrapped in cotton wool by her mum, and obviously she's never been aware of what I do up until the point of now, right now she's hearing it in the music and this, that, and the other. And when I actually went to prison, you know, mum had to break the news to her, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? So my middle daughter, she wasn't aware, and you see my twins, that they're 12, not 13, and they're still quite young. They've been wrapped in cotton wool by my ex's family, so they've done an amazing job with them. So at the same time, for me, judging off that there, I'd say my oldest daughter, like she's sharp, man, and she's streetwise, you know what I mean? And she's tough, and no, you think any young boys are gonna try and impress her with a car and I'll take her to a restaurant, she come back, been here with my dad, that car's nothing. you sell drugs for a living, I'm not interested, because it fucked up my whole family. I don't even want to know, do you know what I mean? So she's smart now, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't try and, obviously you always try and shelter your kids from the like bad people, but I won't try. There's no geographical solution to a psychological problem in it. You can take a kid to a different area, but then it's still, if that's what you're growing up around and you're around family members and whatever, that's the way you're gonna be in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. Still, it's true. I never really thought about that. But I guess, like, yeah, man, yeah. Because the thing about the kids thing is, like, you see, like, you can have conversations with your parents all days long, yeah, about like what it's like to have kids. You try to get advice, but do you actually have kids?
Never know, innit?
Do you actually have kids, bro? Like, you get me? Like, you're just learning on the job. Every day is a new lesson. You get me? So, what do you say, like, the most important lessons that you've learned, like, raising 4 daughters?
Don't sell drugs. Not when you got 4 daughters. Get a motherfucking job. It have to be a good, well-paid one, because you got 4 daughters.
So yeah, though, man. Even I told people, I was bringing Ross Post on the pod. Yeah, some people's like, yeah, fine, it's meant to happen. But some people were still unsure in terms of who you was, innit? So obviously, like I said, your name is bubbling, but like in terms of like mainstream and that, there's still a lot of people that don't know who you are, really. My thing is this year, when I first came across you, it's like, okay, so first thing first is where, like, who is he, and where's the hype? Where's the hype coming from, bro? Like, why is everyone so excited about you being home? Like, how would you introduce yourself to the people?
I was putting in work from jail, you know. I was putting in work. I've been doing this for a couple of years in jail. Like, obviously, I was in jail for 4 years, and after the first 6 months, I started writing. Do you know what I mean? And then, obviously, after a year, I started writing more, and then making songs. And then, like 2 years in, I started actually recording songs. Then I started learning how to record from prison, and then obviously I linked up with KTS. Obviously, I know KTS from many years ago, anyway. So. Yeah, I linked up with Kieran, my brethren, and then I seen like we're gonna make a video from jail, make a movie in it. So man had them videos. I had the On Remand video put down for time. Do you know what I mean? But because of my case, I couldn't release it. Do you know what I mean? Because it was like pending trials and stuff like that with my family members and that. So yeah, man, I was on this thing from early. Do you know what I mean? So everyone thinks I just kind of come out of nowhere, but I've been putting in work for time, bro. Put a lot of money into it. A lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of, you know what I mean?
When did you actually start making music?
Probably about, now it's probably class it is, but now 3 years ago, innit? About 3 years.
Not that long.
Yeah.
I want to know the full, like, how did it start? Like, what is your upbringing? Like, not even in terms of music, just in general.
That's what I'm gonna ask.
Like, where are you from? Like, what's the journey?
South money all day, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
Longside originally. I grew up in Longside, went primary school Longside, moved away from Longside, moved to Witherton. My dad moved to Witherton, and then from Witherton, I ended up going to jail the first time, and then when I got out of jail, I moved back to Longside.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Longside mainly, though.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But obviously, I've lived everywhere, like all over, Longside, Witherton, fucking hell. We had a flat on Lloyd Street South in my side, lived in Clayton, Openshaw, Charlton. I had an apartment in Charlton town. I've lived everywhere, me, bro.
So what was like? So obviously, because you moved around a lot, would you never like have like a set place where you say like, this is where that man's from though? Like this is my
I
area.
say I'm from South
Just
Money.
from South Money, innit?
Yeah, South
Yeah,
Money,
yeah,
innit?
yeah.
That's where I'm from, innit?
Okay, cool. So what was that like though? Like, was it? Because I don't know. Obviously, I don't know how old you are, innit? But like,
I'm 36 now.
36.
You know,
So
that generation.
that was frying. That was frying back then.
yeah, no, it was.
As someone that was really there when the things were happening, talk to us about what is that, the 80s or 90s?
90s.
Bro, I said the 80s, you know.
36 ain't that bad though.
Yo, I dyed my hair since I got out, bro.
But the 90s, you grew up in the 90s.
Nah, I'm 88. I was born, innit?
Okay, so
But
that's
yeah,
90s.
like
so
90s baby, innit? Yeah,
So
yeah.
obviously, we all know South Man in the 90s, bro. They called it Gunchester for a reason, bro.
Oh yeah, for
so
real.
many
man.
documentaries about it. Everyone
it was
around the
fucked.
country knows about it. So as someone out there, how could you describe it? Or like, what was actually going on?
It was all right, man. It was all right. It was a good sense of community and that. And obviously, shootings happen all the time, innit? They still do now. Not as much as they used to. Obviously, it's calmed down a lot now, innit? But yeah, there was always shootings going on. It was just the norm, innit? Like, wow, my man's dad's just been licked down. Like, well, we never used to say licked down back then, innit? Like, yeah, what happened to my man's dad? He got shot. Like,
But like, what was like what number one? Would you say that it's like it was as bad as people say it is, though, or do you think people gas it up a bit?
I don't know. For me, because I grew up in it, it just becomes a norm, innit? So what's normal to me might not be normal to the average Joe public, innit? But for me, I don't know. I think it was cool, man. It was cool. Good sense of community. I mean, I don't know. In our community, like when I grew up in Longsight, like ours was like a big round street, so everyone knew each other. You know, someone else's mum could tell you off. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't throw rubbish on the floor and all that. I go back there now, cutting through the alleys the other day and going shop. There's bare like mess all over the back alleys. I'm saying to my nephews, was it with you that day? Or whatever? With you, with my other nephews, I'm saying, yo, all this, man, you need to get a skip and get all this cleaned up. Like, no one could do that back in the day, do you know what I mean? Like, couldn't do all that, be messy and fucking be disrespectful to other people's mums and all that, do you know what I mean? Someone else's mum could drag you to your mum's house and bang on and say, your son's being a little shit, do you know what I mean? Can't do none of that now, do you know what I mean?
Like, that's even what I was going to ask you. So, like, what would you say, like the biggest differences between, like your generation and this new generation? If we're talking, like,
I'd probably say knife crime, you know, to be honest. The knives in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, it was just, I never really ever heard about anyone really getting stabbed in it. You heard about shootings, but I never really heard about stabbings growing up. Nah, not much, no. But now it's everyone's.
So do you think back then it was better?
I don't know. That's tough to say. That's a tough question. I don't know because. Yeah, I'd say that back then was better. Yeah. I think it was governed better. There was more element of respect, and there was more of a hierarchy. Like there was an order to things. You know,
there was more structure in it.
Yeah, more structure.
Nowadays,
like that.
Every man for themselves.
Like obviously, fucking people used to listen to the elders. You know what I mean? But now the respect's just not there anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like all the youngers say, "Oh, the elders are washed. The elders are washed." This and that.
It's not really like olders like that no more. They're just older than you. They're not actually older.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird stuff.
So what was that? Growing up, what was that the maddest thing that happened? Like that you could say, like I remember this one memory. This is like one of the in your area, like the different areas that you lived in. What like this was like a big thing that happened. Like,
oh, I won't like to comment on that. You know,
is it
quite a few things, but obviously I wouldn't want to put people's families in. You know, I could say certain things with you know.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I've witnessed certain things myself, do you know what I mean? But nah, it's not something I'd want to touch on, to be honest. Yeah.
So at what age would you say that, like, obviously, allegedly, you know, I don't know if you did or not, but what age did you start, like, getting involved in the thing that was going on yourself?
What, with the drugs or with, like...
Anything that you should have been doing. At what age would you say that you kind of, like, stepped off the porch yourself and started, like...
started, like, hustling.
Like making things happen, innit? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like, obviously getting in the drug game and that. Like 15, 16, innit? Obviously, everyone started selling weed and all that. Started with the weed. And then obviously moved into the coke game. And then, man, once I got in the coke game, I just thought, yo, this is me. I never looked back, do you know what I mean?
Oh, so you the snowman.
Yeah, damn right. Frosty in this motherfucker.
Was that something that, like, someone put you onto, or did you actually just see someone else doing it and thought, no, I need to get into that?
Family, innit? Family ties,
okay,
innit?
Yeah.
So, who was, like, you lot's role models? Because obviously nowadays, bro, a kid growing up in South Man, you can say, all right, boom. They might not even know what he was on before, but they can say, "Oh, Rusted Boss, he's a rapper." Like, you know, I'm trying to say, "Oh, like Bell of rappers," but like back then there wasn't really rappers like that. So like, there was role models. There
was rappers back in them days. Like obviously growing up and that, like M16 was like the first ones to be the first rappers of the CDs that I started buying and that. There was like a group called M16 and that.
Okay. And they was from South Man.
They're from my side, but like Wally Range my side with it and everything. All the marriage, yeah. They would, you know about them, yeah.
Not really, but
That's
I think
what
I've
I'm
heard the name before.
But yeah, man, they was like the first ones to do it. And then obviously just guys like Tom Piper. You won't even know none of these guys.
Nah,
He's a drum and bass MC.
Was you actually looking up to rappers, or were you just looking up to like
Streets.
just looking up
I was just looking up to my dad and my uncles and cousins. You know what I mean? Like they was like, and obviously you just seeing like the older man, like, you know, they got their chains on and their watches on and their cars, and you're thinking, yo, I want that. Do you know what I mean? That's just what kids are like. Because the kids, you think, yo, it's shiny, I want it. Do you know what I mean? Car, it makes a noise.
That's where it starts, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's basic. Because at first you're narrow-minded. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about saving. When you're not thinking about anything, you just want to look fly. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
So for someone who like was in it, like, would you say there's any like regrets of being in it, or any regrets of what you've potentially done, or would you say like, you know, everything was just meant to be?
I just think, like, obviously, it's already written. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything that's happened to me, everyone says everything happens for a reason. I think that's an easy cop out. Do you know what I mean? To just think, oh, I'm feeling bad at the moment, but everything happens for a reason. But in a way, it kind of does. You know what I mean? You know, I think it molds, it shapes you. Do you know what I mean? Like, toughens you up in it. Do you know what I mean? Toughens you up. So, yeah, man.
So obviously you mentioned 15, 16. That's when you started hustling. You found a court game. You realized this is you. But obviously they don't call you Russell Boss for no reason, innit? So at what point did things actually start getting serious? Did you start like did it get to a point where you was actually making like life-changing money off what you were doing?
Oh yeah, for real. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
At what point did you actually like?
Yeah, I've done well, man. I had a good run. You know what I mean? I had a good run. No hard feelings in it. Do you know what I mean? I had fun. Made a lot of money, spent a lot of money, squandered a lot of money. The more you make, the more you spend as well. Like, this is what people, obviously, man was stacking, but I had children young. My daughter, who's obviously here now, I had her at 16. You know, and I just wanted to be stable for us. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I had to get it in, so I went and got it. Do you know what I mean? No one's gonna give it to you either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because even when I'm reading like the papers and like the articles and that, some of the numbers that are being thrown around are stupid.
But they are massively exaggerated. But I'll be honest in it. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, brick of cocaine, 100 grand. This is all bollocks. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of bricks though in it. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, the case that you just came off recently. That's the one that kind of made like mad headlines, didn't it?
It did, Joe. It did,
so,
Joe.
What was the reason for that? Like, how much light? Obviously, there's things you can't say. How much light can you shed on that whole situation?
I just got caught up in a fucking conspiracy, didn't I? That's the thing as well. Like, this is another thing. They just the big C word now, innit? Conspiracy. Everything's conspiracy to do this, conspiracy to do that. Me, you, and our kid here have a conversation. We're planning to do something, and just because we've conspired to do it, not meaning we're gonna go through with it. Do you know what I mean? That they can just say conspiracy in front of anything. Back in the day, you never even went to jail for most things. You know what I mean? It's hard to get next. People were getting let out all the time. Do you know what I mean? People were getting away with broad day shootings. There was no cameras. There was no nothing. Do you know what I mean? You can't get away with nothing now. Do you know what I mean? All the cameras, all the cell sighting, the telephone mash, your phone with that phone. You think you got a graph phone. Man think because they got a Nokia, but then they got a smartphone. No, mate. You Nokia on your smartphone, turn on at the same time together every day. Yeah. I drop some knowledge on the youngers now, yeah, because you think they're moving smart, but you ain't. You turn on your Nokia, you turn on your smartphone, yeah, and then you're traveling in your car, yeah, or whatever car that might be registered to you, or even a family member. You go past the telephone mast, and then your phone that's got your mobile data on, that's got your obviously location on, is now being moved with your graph phone, yeah, and then that's it. They're traveling together. They go past the telephone mast that then matches up to a car that you might possibly be connected to, even your auntie's car, any car. Do you know what I mean? That's it. They just triangulate the signal and they've got you, man. That phone's with that phone, so that's your graph phone. And then you want to go and change your Nokia SIM. Sweet, you can go and do that, change your number or whatever, switch your line up. And then, but your IMEI number, every single time you change your SIM card, yeah, your IMEI number is still documented to that phone. Do you see what I'm saying? So your IMEI, they'll know exactly what SIM cards have been in that phone. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's the graph game's done, man. It's over. Do you know, well, obviously, man.
Do you actually think that? Obviously, everyone wants to say, "Oh, you're trapping dead."
No, it's not dead, innit? It's not dead. You just got to trap smarter, innit? You just need a whole lot more luck than you used to need to have. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't aware of all this until I got nicked, and I'm in there with my man. How did you get caught? How did you get caught? I know, man, that I've been caught over a text message. You know what I mean? A couple of text messages and that. And you know what? It might not even be you. That you might be moving super smart, swapping your phones, changing your numbers.
Someone that
and then one of your people just mentioned you, like, oh, fucking hell, man, I need to get this paper for Ross. Do you know what I mean? And he sends a message to his grafter or something like that. Now his grafter's got that in his phone, so it's like, Ross, they get the intel and that. And then they think, boom, now they're going up the ladder. So even street level guys can get you caught further up. Do you know what I mean? That's just how it happens. They always want the guy above and the guy above and the guy above in it. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it's like, man. It's the feds have they're locking it down, man. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of when. Like Christmas, we call it the Christmas licks, innit? Be ready for Christmas, man, because they come, you get me, they come taking off doors around Christmas. What do you mean? We call it the Christmas licks, like around Christmas, man. You have to secure the fort and make sure you move extra smart. Not only are the robbers out to get you off because it's Christmas and everyone's hungry, at the same time, fucking the feds are on you, innit? We call it the Christmas licks. They lick off doors around Christmas. If you're a drug dealer in the game for years, you'll know that. Do you know what I mean? It's just fact of life, innit?
So from all the like the money that you've made and whatnot, like throughout your life,
allegedly,
just from whatever, innit? Money from music, from anything.
Oh yeah.
What's like the most expensive thing you bought?
You know what?
Your wildest
You're
purchase.
actually a flashy guy still. You're a very flashy guy.
I can see you got, you know what I'm saying? You got the
Most
Dior.
expensive thing I bought.
What's this LV? It's LV in it. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, bro. The guy. What the shoes? What the LV shoes?
LV shoes as well. See what I'm saying?
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be like you, Billy.
Nah, bro. I'm just wearing, bro. I'm wearing sliders, bro.
Yeah, I know, but
never
you know what I mean? You're already shining from within, Billy. You know what I mean?
What's the biggest purchase you've made though?
Biggest
One
purchase.
of the wildest purchase, like
I don't know. Mine's probably more. I spend my money on I spent money on holidays,
trips and stuff.
food.
Yeah.
My probably biggest expense probably been my children. Do you know what I mean? I like to spend money on my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over the years and that make sure they're good. But like actually like walking in shops and buying shit. What you saying? Probably a car. Yeah, I bought cars and that. I bought a GLA 45. Yeah, it's not the biggest car in the world. Back then it was brand new. It's 16 plate, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It was only 2017 when I bought it. I bought that like 47.5 grand or something, and I bought that. Fucking lost that. I got took off me again.
Took off you?
Yeah.
Never gave back?
Nah.
Swear down.
One of my friends was driving it on my birthday drunk and he weren't insured in it and he took it off him Operation Wolverine, man.
Operation Wolverine.
Yeah. There's like so all cars go to heaven when they go there. You just don't get them back. You need compound insurance. You need to provide this, that, and the other. Like, oh, bro, once they take your cars, and you just do. I remember the gates opening and going in and popping the boot and taking out all my fucking training stuff and all my clothes and all that and just looking at my car. She's gone. You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that is heartbreak.
That's what I'm saying.
But you know what it is though? It's
There's
like,
better other high poles in there and that as well. Just take high performance cars off you, don't they?
obviously, like you see, like with the feds, I feel like because of the reputation that you have there, like do you feel like they like kind of violate when it comes to and they do the most?
Nah, not even, you know, bro, because I don't know. I don't even think, like, obviously, I've been nicked, I've gone to prison twice and I've served I beat the first case and then I never, ever come up on the radar ever again.
Oh, so done.
Kept myself quiet, do you know what I mean? To the point where I remember getting pulled I was getting pulled for the first, so I got out of jail the first time. I was getting pulled all the time on the roads and that. And I said to my people, bro, I'm taking a back step off this being on the roads thing, like being out in the 4 or 5 in the morning. I said, I'm gonna step back. I'm going into the weight game, me, bro. Right? And I stepped into the weight game. Thought, fuck this, like this road thing's hot. I just disappeared into the background. Fucking got with my missus. I had my kids. I had a second daughter, and I just really knuckled down and just kind of faded into the background. Kept moving around every 2 years, whatever. Kept and like no social media. Never had any social media or anything like that. Really, I had a Facebook, but only pictures of my kids, and that was it. That was only for a limited time as well. Just fading into the background. You know what I mean?
Like, how have you found like being obviously not? I can't say being in the industry, but like, how have you found like being in and around the industry? Like?
I'm just getting used to it now. Like it's starting to become real now. At first, I'm just on the bottom bunk writing lyrics and rapping. I wanted to be a rapper. I had it in my head. All I had in my head is I wanted to be a legit. I'm not really good at anything. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking. I'm definitely not good at selling drugs. I got caught. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not really good at anything, and I'm not athletic like that, so I can't do. You know what I mean? Time sticking. I'm getting on a bit. Fucking, you know. I'm thinking I need to do something. Do you know what I mean? And I could rap so far. I'm gonna start rapping, and obviously it was therapeutic. It was good for my mind. Do you know what I mean? Good for my soul. And I just started getting it down. I enjoyed it. I got a passion for music. I've always been into music. Do you know what I mean? From young, been collecting CDs and all that since I was young. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
What kind of music would you listen to, bro?
Fucking No Limit, Master P, fucking all the American type stuff. Do you know what I mean? C Murder, all that type of stuff. 3-6 Mafia, Mob Deep, obviously your Biggies, your Tupacs. That's the standard in it. Do you know what I mean? Wu-Tang, and this is what I'm saying. My music goes back deep. Do you know what I mean? Motown, all that type. Like my CD collection in my bedroom was literally just like it was like a library of CDs. All of them was study music. Do you know what I mean? All genres of music. Do you know what I mean? Fucking even Carlos Santana, like loads of different artists. Do you know what I mean? Like yeah, Dipset, Joel Santana, Cameron, all them type of people. Just so it all kind of molded and shaped like my sound. Royce the 5'9", all these old school rappers. You won't even know any of these. You know what I mean? I've been studying music since I was a child. Do you know what I mean? And then that was my escape. Do you know what I mean? From all the bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And then, yeah, man, I just when I was in jail, I just really took it serious and I applied myself. And then I just said, as I even said to my daughters, when I get out, I'm going to be a rapper. And I said, when I get out, I'm going to do a Fire in the Booth. And I did. I just went and done one. Do you know what I mean? Just literally went London the other day and took the roof off that bitch.
Fire in the Booth,
yeah. No, it's not out yet. No. But by the time this comes out, though, it'll probably be out in it. So it's mine. I spoke to Charlie the other day. He said he's just waiting for the final edit. I know Potter Paper done his on the same day as me because we actually seen Potter in there in the minivan when we pulled up in it. When we pulled out the minivan, when we pulled up in our whip, he was in the minivan writing, and he actually says, because his face was lit up and that, it was like a blacked out Vito or something, but he actually says, he goes, I was writing the bars in the van, you know, at the end of it. But he was telling the truth, bro, because I was seeing him do it, do you know what I mean? And we was filming a documentary, weren't we? And I even said to him, I even said to KTS, go on, do the voice what you said when you said Potter's in it.
Potter's there.
No, you never. You said me tell a lie. Good. Yo, that was a joke. I said, you winding me up. It goes, nah, Potter's there, man. I said, nah, you winding me up, KTS. It goes, bro, look, man. And his face was lit up. I thought, right. So I shot a tap on the window. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to be like a fan, do you know what I mean? But I was thinking, right, there's Potter Paper, do you know what I mean? I thought, this is a sign, bro, right? This is a sign of things to come. I'm just getting my coat out of the car, that big fucking Frank Lucas coat, you get me? I'm thinking, right, ready to rock and roll. I was saying to KTS, yo, Potter's behind me now. I said, if I see you in a year, Potter, we might even be friends, you get me? I thought, yo, fucking, this is just a sign of good things to come, innit? He's gone in and done it. No, I've gone in and done mine first, come out, and he's gone in and done his. His has come out before mine, because obviously he's a star in it, do you know what I mean? But hopefully mine should be out any week now anyway. Charlie said he's just waiting to send me the final edit in it. So Charlie's good people, man. But it was nerve-wracking just being this close to him, do you know what I mean? Like obviously I've been watching this guy for years and that, and just seeing him opposite me and that, I was like, fucking hell, Charlie Slack, man, this is actually happening, do you know what I mean? I was nervous. I didn't think I was gonna be that nervous, but when I went in, yeah, man, I got into it. It took me a while to get into it, but it was an emotional one I'd done first. Like a really emotional song about my whole story, do you know what I mean? I really went out on a limb on this one, like, you know what I mean? I done that, and then I went into something a bit harder. And my man was like, he's on fire, his glasses are steaming up. Yo, my glasses actually steamed up though, didn't they? Said on, it was mad. Good experience though. When I finished, I said, Joe, Charlie, man, I got the sickest adrenaline rush. I want to do that again, bro. I felt like I just got off a roller coaster.
So you did that one take straight?
Yeah, one take, bro. Went straight in. You said I'm not a rapper, bro. Went in there, done it in one take, bro.
So I know Bear Man, you ain't done it in one take, so they got to reload it a few times.
That's what I'm saying. Bear Man say, oh, he's not a rapper, he's not got the best flow and all that. But yeah, I keep saying that, and I just keep mastering my craft. I'm only just gonna I just eat up all this negativity and just keep feeding me, and I just keep pushing it out there, innit? I've come too far to turn back now, do you know what I mean? Come way too far to turn back. Like obviously, come on, bro. I had like 2,000 followers before I left jail. I'm on 32k now. That's not much to all these Instagram guys and whatever, but to me, bro, like fucking, and that wasn't a pun at you, by the way. But obviously, like to me, that's progression. You know what I mean? Because I know, man, that I've been in the game for years. That I've only got 5-6k followers and all. So I've actually got a small platform now to do something with. Do you know what I mean?
To be fair though, Manchester's got a good history when it comes to finding abuse though, because Bogsy's went mad.
Yeah, cold.
That's one of the biggest ones ever.
Yeah,
Jordan's went off as well.
Jordan is cold.
Jordan's went off. Yeah,
you done a song Jordan the other day.
Yeah, I did. Just Salford to Southside. I know I've got a lot of mutual friends with Jordan. We know quite a lot of the same people. And then obviously Rhino Beats, my producer here, my good friend Rhino, man. Fucking, I linked in with Rhino when I was in prison, down the jail phone. And then chatting with him and stuff, and then obviously he was giving me beats and stuff, helped me through a lot of the tough. I had a tough time in there, like with some personal stuff going on. I was gonna stop rapping, but then he was giving me beats for free, and then double trying to get no free beats off Rhino guys as well. He done that for a favor. Man was in a dark place, but he was giving me beats for free, saying, "Come on, keep going, keep going." Do you know what I mean? And then he just kept pushing me. Do you know what I mean? And then I had KTS. He'd put in all the work with me and that. So we started to build a team. So I couldn't get the team done. I had to get back on it. I got back on it and we pushed through, man. And we made some bangers, didn't we? Come out. We made the Hood Hottest together. He made the Hood Hottest beat with Mike Wizard as well. He helped with the project. And yeah, man, that Hood Hottest, man, it popped off. He tried giving me a scene smasher at first. I said, I'm not doing a scene smasher. My nephew, YK's just done one, do you know what I mean? So I'm not doing a scene smasher. You know what I mean? And then he wanted me to stand in the street. And I'm saying, I'm not standing in the street on the Hood Hottest. Like, I'm a grown man, you get me? Like, man's going to Legende because they're from the same estate as me. The entrepreneurs, we grew up together. We're from the same block. So that's what we're representing. Yeah, we're from the same estate, innit?
It's true, yeah. Nah, it makes sense. I actually recognize that background still.
We grew up together, innit? Do you know what I mean? I'm close with them, innit? Do you know what I mean? Very close with them. But,
so what do you think about other, like, you spoke about the money scene, innit? Other money rappers, like Jordan, you linked up with him. What about the other rappers from money?
Like with the rest of the Manchester rappers?
All right, yeah, man, I get along with everyone, bro. I've got no issues with no one. I rate everybody that's pushing it from money, do you know what I mean? Particularly, like, obviously, the North Money rappers, man, they've been killing it for time now. They have, man. I rate them. They literally put us on the map, haven't they? But obviously, man's looking to bring that flag back to the South.
The South, innit?
Serious.
Yeah, it's still, but you know what it is? I was gonna say, like, who would you say, like are your top 3 Manny rappers of all time?
Top 3.
Actually, let's say, do you know what Mount Rushmore is? Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
It's that thing of the 4 presidents, American presidents. So I said, if you were to make a Mount Rushmore for Manny rappers, like the 4 main ones that you think put money.
What is it like? Putting money on the actual map.
Obviously, it's a bit of everything, like influence. Obviously, how hard they are.
I say it every time, and I say it again. Like, my favorite rapper in Money is Money Captain. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Captain Money. You know what I mean? Yeah, big capo, man.
Old school, though.
Yeah, that's my guy, innit? I'm gonna tap you in with him actually as well. He wants to chat to you, innit? So yeah. Obviously, I spoke to him before. Massive influence on me. Do you know what I mean? He's one of my.
Baby, just leave me alone, cause I'm way too grown. Don't go on my phone. Get up off work, get a hit them rolls. I'll do you for her, I don't think she knows. On the run, life gets crazy. And right now, the let not phase me. 1K key like Pagey. Got demons, anyone take me, cause I'm way too